possibly the Princess of Wales is still open to a reconciliation in some form. I still feel it's quite early, but I do think when you go through something like a cancer diagnosis and you go through the sort of journey that she has done and you confront your own mortality, you realise life is short. It's far too short for rifts and family feuds. And, you know, perhaps that will be a role that she will play at some point in healing that rift.
Yeah, I mean, I think we know that she's found a lot of support from her family. They've been crucial to her in getting through this very difficult year. And also she's found a lot of comfort in communing with nature, for want of a better phrase. You know, the great outdoors, the woodlands, particularly, I think, when they've been up at Animal Hall, around Sandringham. And we've also seen, we've heard, particularly by, I think, via Robert Hardman, if I remember rightly, that her faith has been has become stronger, I think, because of what she's been through. And so I felt that all of those themes were reflected in her message and in the themes of the carol concert, which I'm really looking forward to seeing.
We look to the royal family as a symbol of unity. Yeah. We will want to see them together at Christmas. This will be, what, is it the 6th Christmas, Richard, that Harry won't have been a part of it?
I think you might be right. Yeah.
So, you know, I do think it's important, and it may be that people are making these comments on social media where you're talking about togetherness, you're talking about empathy, what's going on in your own family, and they are at risk of that happening. And I think she's also someone who's always led by example, you know, in that sort of way of being a role model. So I think, and I was speaking to sources close to the Princess and to William, who said, you know, never give up hope. There's always a chance, but of course it's always in the timing. I think the problem has been that it's not just, you know, Kate's been thrown under the bus by Harry. You know, he's said hurtful things about her. He's brought the children into the narrative. You know, I think the Prince of Wales remains very, very angry and upset and feels very betrayed. I mean, I think in all of this, and we've discussed this before, you know, these twin cancer diagnoses, these journeys that they've been on have been great levellers for the royal family. They've been great connectors between what has always been us and them. And they just feel, I think, more real, more relatable. They're not immune to what so many people go through. And I think it has connected them to the public in a really powerful way.
Absolutely.
I think they've got such a huge amount of work to do to win back the British public. The majority, clearly, there are people, particularly younger people. You know, I always say the younger, darker skinned you are, the more likely you are to be sympathetic to them. But obviously, there are all sorts of people who still remain sympathetic to them, but the majority do not. And I think it's because they felt that Harry and Meghan wanted all the trappings without the responsibilities that come with being working members of the royal family. Yeah. So I think they've got a problem.